Good morning. So நம்ம இந்த வீடியோல என்ன பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா என்னென்ன டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைப் ஆஃப் ஆப்ரேட்டர்ஸ் பைத்தான் சப்போர்ட் பண்றது அப்படிங்கறதா லாஸ்ட் வீடியோல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம என்ன பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் டு ஆப்ரேட்டர்ஸ் பார்த்தோம் பிளஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைப் ஆஃப் ஆப்ரேட்டர்ஸ் நம்ம பார்த்தோம் based on number of inputs and based on the functionality. So before going to discuss on the remaining part of the operator, just I can recall once again. So operator அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சு ஆப்ரேஷன்ஸ் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் ஆப்ரேட்டர்னா என்னன்னு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும் பிளஸ் ஆப்பரன்ஸ் பத்தி நம்மளுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். So the operator அப்படிங்கிறது it is a symbol which is used to perform some certain kind of an operations அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். So by using operator மூலமா தான் நம்ம ஏதாவது ஒரு கால்குலேஷன் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா நம்ம பண்ண முடியும். So எந்த ஒரு லாங்குவேஜ் லேர்ன் பண்ணாலும் அந்த லாங்குவேஜ்ல என்னென்ன டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைப் ஆஃப் ஆப்ரேட்டர்ஸ் நமக்கு சப்போர்ட் ஆகுது அப்படிங்கறத நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். ரெண்டாவது பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா ஆப்பரன்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். ஆப்பரன்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது இன்புட் டு த ஆப்ரேட்டர். அதாவது ஒரு ஆபரேஷன் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா நமக்கு சம் சர்டன் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் இன்புட் தேவை. அந்த இன்புட்ஸ் தான் ஆப்பரன்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம். ஆப்பரன்ஸ் எதர் டைரக்டா வேல்யூவா ரெப்ரசென்ட் பண்ணலாம் ஆர் மேபி we can use identifiers. அதாவது மெமரியில ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி அதை கூட நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலாம் by using the concept of identifiers. Okay, so based on the number of inputs, we know that it is a binary operator and unary operator are classified பண்ணுவோம். If it is an operator is a binary, the operator needs two input, but if it is unary operator அப்படின்னா the operator needs only one input. Okay, so based on the functionality, the operators can classify it into means 6 different types. One is arithmetic operators, second one is relational or comparison operator, third one logical operator, assignment operators, bitwise operators, and special operators. So normally, so I think in the last video itself we had a discussion on different kind of arithmetic operators. Now move on to the next operator, that is called relational or comparison operators. So now just I am going to explain what are the different kind of the relational operators will be supported in Python. So normally the purpose of the relational operator is used to find the relationship between the two numbers. Find the relation, or maybe called as a relationship between two operands. We know that the operands, it may be a directly specified value or maybe the values which is reside in memory also. I mean, so you can use the concept of identifiers. So when the values relationship find பண்ணனும் அப்படினா we can use relational operators. அப்ப இதுல தெரியும் ரெண்டு ஆப்பரண்ட்ஸ் இருந்தாதான் நம்மளால ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பை ஃபைண்ட் பண்ண முடியும். So that all the relational operators come in under binary category, no unary operators from this relational operator category. Okay, so the next very important thing is input. So the input is the input for your relational operator is numbers and as well as a string. So I think for arithmetic operators the numbers must be an input and arithmetic operators won't support for string operators. But actually in Python, I mean the other languages like C, C++, in Java and all, it means that the relational operators won't support it for strings. It will support only for the number category. But actually Python, it supports strings also. And the next thing is the output of the relational operator. It is very, very important. In C and C++, the output of the relational operators to be represented as a numerical value. If the particular relation is exactly correct, then it will be represented as 1. And if the relation is not correct, then it will be represented as 0. I'm talking about in C and C++. But in other programming language like Python, Java, C#, JScript, PHP and all, the output of the relational operators must be represented as a Boolean. There is no numerical representation for Boolean values. So no numerical representation for values, numerical representation. Actually only in C and C++, C and C++ language, the programming language like C and C++, the numerical representation must be used. Only in C and C++, the numerical representation we have, one will be true is represented as 1 and false will be represented as 0. Only in C and C++. But in Python, like Java and all, it will be represented as a Boolean. There is no numerical representation for these languages. So the languages like Python, Java, C#, so then PHP. There are different for n number of programming languages. After that, by using C and C++ base, many languages are developed. All those languages, the Boolean data type is represented as a true or false. There is no numerical representation you have. So that in Python, the output of the relational operators must be a Boolean. Okay. So now we are move on to what are the different kind of operators. It means relational operators is supported. One is greater than or equal, less than or equal, and not equal. So totally there are different 8 different type of relational operators will be supported. So first one is a greater than. So that is a symbol name is called a greater than. So it is used to find the greater relationship between the two operands. So that it must be a binary operator. And the data type support is it supports for both the numbers and as well as the strings. And for the output of the relational operators must be Boolean. It means either it will be represented true or false only. So there is some examples we have. So if it is a 5 greater than 7, here that's 5 and 7s are operands. It is represented here that for 45 is greater than 23, it is true. And if both the values are same, but here I am just using greater relationship so that the output is false. Okay. The next two operator is greater than or equal, but in mathematical we are using this kind of symbols for representation of greater than or equal. But in programming language, you must use the greater symbol followed by equal. It will be represented as greater than or equal. Not possible to represent this symbol in mathematical representation in programming language. So that it will be greater than or equal. So that the input for your this operator is numbers and string. For all operators as numbers. And the strings as an input, and the output must be as means Boolean operators. And the Boolean output and the type of operator is a binary operator. So just we can see some relationship we are defined. So 5 greater than or equal to 7 false, 45 greater than or equal to 23 for true. And here just both the operand values are same, but we are using greater than or equal. Here doesn't mean that it is and. So greater than or equal, so that if any one of the relation, either greater relation or maybe equal relation is correct, then it will return true. So that here the greater than equal false, but the equal relationship matched, so that it returns true. Okay. So the next operator is less than, so that it supports all data type, numbers and strings, and it's a output of your relational operator is a Boolean. And it is a binary operator. It is used to check the relationship, less than relationship between two operands. And so the operands of 5 less than 7, it is true, and 45 less than 23, so that the first operand is greater than 23, but actually here I am checking relational relationship, so that it is false. And so here both the values are same, but we are checking less than logic, so that it is false. And next one is less than or equal. So in mathematical we are using this representation. But in programming language, it's not possible to represent. So that in programming language, the relations are represented as less than equal symbol. And there are different these are the different inputs. It accepts both numbers and as well as a string. And the output is a Boolean operators, and it's a binary operator. I mean, so the operator category is a binary operator. So it is used to check the less than or equal relationship. Same thing. So here equal relationship also will be there, so that it is true. And the next one is equal operator, that is called equal or not. Simply we call as a equal. So if both the operands are equal, it returns a true, otherwise it is a false. So that it accepts the numbers and strings as input and the Boolean operator as output, and the binary operator, it's a binary category. And it's for checking for equal between two operands. If it is equal, it returns a true, otherwise it will return false. So next one, the opposite of the equal operator, and very one for equal operator, two equal symbols to be used continuously. And for next one is a not equal category. For not equal operators, it is a numbers, Boolean or binary, so that it compare the relationship as not equal relationship. So that if it is not equal, it returns a true, and if it is equal, it returns false. So it is a reverse of equal operator. So these are the different kind of relational operators will be supported by Python. Just we will discuss with some examples. For example, 21 greater than 78. So here, the second operand is a greater compared to the first one, but you are going to check the relationship as greater than. So there are two operands unit, so that it is called as a binary operator. Here the given relationship is wrong, so that it returns false. If the relationship is true, then it means here the relationship is correct, so that it returns a true. Event, so 34 greater than 34, it is a false, because I am checking only greater relationship. But if you are using greater than or equal to, it will return true. Clear? And same way for less than operator. For example, 34 less than 56. Here the relationship is correct, so it returns a true. So in case 34 greater than 56, the relationship is wrong, so that it returns false. So same way, 34 less than 34, it returns a false, because you are checking the less than relationship. But if you are using 34 less than or equal to 34, it returns a true, because either less than or equal relationship must match, so that it returns a true. And the next thing is, we are going to test it for equal operator. So already you know that for equal, checking that both the operands are correct, so that we can use a double equal. I'm going to use 34, 34. So here the relationship is correct, so that it returns true. So here 34, 45, so it returns false. So like that only just we are going to represent. And the next thing is 34, that is not equal to 34. So here the relationship is wrong, it's not correct one, so that it returns false. If I'm going 34 is 30, not equal to 231, so that it returns true, because the relationship is correct. Not equal relationship is correct, so that it returns true. Yes, so this is for representation for a whole number. Just we can check it for the fractional number, 34 given for 21. Here it's a combination. Okay, just I can go to the real numbers. It returns a true. Even normally you can do like this. Even the combination of the other numbers can use. So 34.5 greater than 213, it is a wrong. You can apply for any data type and any operators for any data type, like both integers or maybe a whole number, I mean maybe a number or a string. Okay, now we have to check it for a string. Already we know the string either represented single quote or maybe a double quotes. For example, I'm going to check it for ECE is greater than CSE. Actually, here the ASCII values play a major role, so that it will be checked by character by character. So here the ASCII value of E is, just I'm going to check the relationship as, so I'm going to check the relationship as ECE greater than CSE. This is the string values, because we are represented as a code. It is not an identifier. Please try to understand this. We are represented as a code, so that it will be it will be as a number it is a string inputs. It is not an identifier. So for E, so already we know that no. So there are small case letters. A will be represented as a 97, and so B 98, C 99, and D 100, and E 101. So that so the comparison takes place like this. So here the value of E value is 101, and C value is 99, and again E value is 101. It is going to check the relationship. So here C 99, comma yes. Okay, so just a minute. I'm going to check it. So that is so in top. Sorry, so that is a representation. Okay, so just we can calculate the ASCII values here. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. So yes, so we are going to add 14, so that 115. So that it is 115, comma, and E, it is 101. Okay, okay, now you are comparing it. The first operator, first character is E from a left side operand, and for right side operand, next operator is 99. So here the relationship is correct, so that it returns a true. Clear? Okay, it means it will check character by character. Once the relationship is matched, or maybe the relationship not worked, either greater or less than relationship, then it will work. Okay, for example, here I'm going to use like this, GSE. Okay, for this case, sorry, So just I can going to take a copy of this and I can do that. So we are represented as a single quotes, and here I'm going to use SC so that so here the value is 101. So that here the logical relationship is 101. Clear? So that here the 101 is greater than 101. It is a false. That means it will return. This you can check it. What is the output of this? So that is called ECE greater than ESE. Clear? Because here that are equal. I'll tell you how to do that. Here the equal, so that it won't return a result. If it is equal, the matching takes place on the next operator, next character. So here the next character is C, but here the next character is 1 and 5. So that here the relationship is false, so that it will return false. But here that E, it is a 101, this is a 99, so that this relationship is correct from the given first expression, first character itself, so that it returns a true. So like that, the string matching process will take place. So not only like that, even if you store the values in any variable, for example, so just I'm going to check the relationship between A greater than B. Clear? B greater than A. You can check it the different kind of relationships. A greater than B, even you can represent A plus by greater than 4. You can do that. So you can use only the expressions. So the output input must be either from number or character. Even if you want, you can represent like this. So because it is you can't able to compare numbers and strings. It is from that you can easily say that not possible to compare. So not possible to compare numbers and strings. Compare between numbers and strings. Between numbers and strings. The numbers kulla panikalam, strings kulla panikalam, but ana numbers ku strings ku edela neenga panna mudiyadhu. Yes, actually this is a comparison only applicable in Python. Comparison allowed for means only in the strings comparison வந்து Pythonல மட்டும் தான் allowed, மத்ததுல எதுலயுமே allowed கிடையாது. Please be a note, make a note of it. So this is the way just we are going to check it. Okay, but another very important thing is that associativity and the priority. Actually, all the operators are having the same priority. All the operators are having same priority, and the working principle is L to R. We know that no L to left to right. So the relationship is L to R. I can represent it. I can tell you once again. The relationship is left to right relationship, so that it will work with the left to right relationship logics. For example, 5 greater than 6 less than 7. So here 5 greater than 6 is false. So clear, 5 greater than 6 is false. So that the false less than 7, so that means it returns is a less than, false less than 7, so automatically it returns the answer is false. Clear? But normally we should not represent like this. Just it is not a proper way to represent your expression. Please try to understand. It is not possible to combine the relational operators like this. But solala, but in the matter mathematically we can define, but actually it's not possible to define like that. We have to express these kind of relationships with the help of logical operators. We can do that, but if you go to like C and C++ and all, we can't able to make a comparison like this. It is not a correct way to compare. Here it means that the expression means that 5 greater than 6 and 6 greater than 7. So here it will evaluate only the first one, then automatically return false. So clear? So it means it represents like that. So that so here you should not represent the operators like this. So that but the priority is associated is left to right. So this is the way the relational operators need to be need to be used in programming language. So only the difference is in other languages and all, the relational operators are applicable only for numbers. But in C++ Python, it will be a support for both strings and as well as numbers. Clear? The output of a relational operator is Boolean. It is either true or false. But normally there is no numerical representation for our Boolean values. Thank you.